morning, all. How are you? So yesterday we had a pretty decent show, right? We learned some stuff. We really, I think we smacked around our brain juice a little too much, but that's all right because we think we got the pentatonic again. I was like, I'm gonna go after 5 hours or so stream yesterday night, from 4 to about I want to say 10, right? 4 to 10 or something. Um, no, 4 to 9. From 4 to 9, we were like, ah. Yeah, good job. This is the first day I don't really feel like playing guitar after because every day after the stream's over, I go and I fill around, play, try and see if I can come up with a melody, like just mucking around with it, the fun time without trying to. And then we had that sort of moment where we sort of kind of got it. We don't have the skill set or enough knowledge to do it, but we kind of get it. We see the roadmap of what can happen. We can either drive straight from here to California on the major highways, or we can take side roads and super duper side roads and all this other. I gotta plug this in. What's up? Juice on it. 69. Yeah. 69. Sorry. It's Mernon. Storm Elsa. Oh, I got one thing to say about that. It's the environment we live in. Stop being surprised about hurricanes. We should have a system in place for it because it's the environment we live in, especially Florida, which apparently has sandbags. I was watching old people load sandbags in their car. I'm like, Jesus. One lady had like a nice sundress on and a whole bunch of rain. I'm like, she's sandbagging? The whole environment is just doesn't make any sense. I mean, life and death shit should be better handled than this. It is what it is, I guess. Let's put the. See, I was a little late today. I want to say by it's 10 after now, and we've been running for 3 minutes. Oh, okay, so I've been late for 7 minutes. I'm sorry. Yesterday I was dead on time. Good for me, but that was yesterday. Today I'm late, and that's not awesome. It is I'm about to say Monday. See what happens? It is Tuesday, the 6th of July. I first worked. Oh, that's too much sugar. Come on, man. I was half asleep when I made it. That's and it's bitter. So it's too much coffee and too much sugar and not enough milk. So we're pegging today. Cha 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 cha. Let's go through some stuff. Today's a very odd day. I'm a little late and I'm not happy about it. We have a tornado sort of brewing. I do have a clean car though, so there's that. So let's get to it. 7 a.m. shows. Oh, we're gonna have to cut this off. Is it gonna be humid today? Hold on. I'm still gonna shave my head. That ain't gonna stop. Sunny today is currently 73. The high will be 93. Yep, it's gonna be humid today. It was so nice yesterday here. It was like 85 degrees, 87 degrees, but there was a perpetual 15-mile-an-hour wind, which, I mean, 15 miles an hour is a perfect wind, right? 3 and 8 gusts are fine, right? They kind of cool you up occasionally, but a steady, constant breeze blowing out of, I want to say, the east. No, yeah, the east. It was coming from over the ocean. So from the east, I guess, well, the storm is below us. Below. I'm not, okay. Yeah, the storm is coming at us below, right? But yeah, whatever reason, there was this beautiful, steady, constant 50-mile-an-hour breeze blowing through. It was not humid. I was driving around with all the windows open and my sunroof tipped back. I had my sunglasses on. It was nice. It was one of the nicer days I remember. I spent a good portion of that morning with you, right? 7 a.m. show. And I was saying then, who today is gonna be a killer? And it was. Then after that show, like I came and told you on the afternoon show, had to do some life maintenance, essentially some chores. And it was good. It was really good. Managed to get some in. Actually managed to come home and take like an hour long nap, which totally rejuvenated my jigger. The only fail was trying to do the haircut. The haircut was a fail, and it was a fail because it was. In my young man days, I used to like just lather up my dome and take a really good razor and just do it in the shower. And the razors I had are shitty, and the option with them. I just picked them up for some reason. I don't know why. Well, you know what? You don't need to see the freaking razor. What's going on here? All right, you don't need to see that. Good Lord. So, let's start that just loose timer talk while we get comfortable. Have our first cup of coffee of the day. Let's remember the morning shows are likely like an hour, 15 minutes. Unless I'm not working, then they'll be longer, but I'm working today. Actually, I might not work today. I might just take this whole week off and do something else with it. I'm, like writing. Maybe I should write for this 1 week. See what happens on stream. We're trying to like just stretch our creativity and our discipline. This coffee is not awesome. If this was a restaurant, I would send it back. I may have to replace this coffee. All right, I'm going to turn on the hot water because that should take a minute. Oh my God. So the Delta variant is running through this place, and we have to call it the Delta variant because we can't call it what it actually is, or you would get fucking YouTube strikes and Twitch strikes. It's really a nice way to fucking stop people from fucking speaking. You can call it fucking disinformation control if you want to. But here in America, where you have the right to say shit, all these companies are standing against you. It really is fucking outrageous. So yeah, when this whole thing comes ahead, I'm doing a political show later. Should I do it on this? Try not to get fucking banned until I have my own website and stuff up and running. Because these people suck. The people who run this place should not be running this place. They run it with the idea of you being their serf and you not being able to actually speak out against some of the bad shit. But yeah, all this COVID stuff is problematic. And that's all I'm allowed to say about it. Because the billionaire oligarchs have taken away your right to say shit. That's why we're doing music. Because fuck them. Excuse me. But yeah, we've seen sinister rich boys do sinister shit before. And now we're in an era where it doesn't get buried for 30 years and come out in someone's fucking tell-all book. You know what I mean? It gets exposed fairly recent. Excuse me. Not fairly recently. It gets exposed considerably sooner than what it used to be in the 50s. Right. Okay, that'll work. Yeah, that'll work. All right, it's finally charging. So, like I said on this show this week, like Quentin Tarantino doing this circuit because he wrote a book, right? About a movie. I guess he adapted his script into a book, which is the reverse way people normally do it. Adapt someone's book into a screenplay or whatever. But he was talking about Harvey Weinstein. He was talking about flippantly, like, yeah, everybody knew Harvey Weinstein was kind of this guy. He was like your creepy uncle. And they all laughing at it on like the guy's show. And I'm sitting here going, you knew there was a rapist running around your village, your town. You knew him and you didn't give him up. How the fuck does he not pay a price for that? I mean, I'm not saying the cops go get him. I'm not saying he's a co-conspirator, but I'm saying the American society has no morals, period. I have a problem with this. Like, I can't fuck with Quentin Tarantino anymore. I was like, what? Look, when I found out about R. Kelly, I stopped playing R. Kelly in my car. So if you're in my car and we're driving and it comes on, you go, oh, I love this song. I'll leave it on. But if I'm driving in my and it comes on, I change the channel. Same thing with Jay-Z. I don't fucking fuck with him. I change the channel. Some of those beats are hot too. But yeah, I change the channel. I can't be for it. So I definitely won't spend money on it, and I don't want it in my head. But we all know how I am with the stuff that I view and I consume. I don't consume any violence of IRL type level stuff, like in real life, like so no law and order, no cops, no none of that stuff, no FBI or whatever it is. I want goofy violence. So people watching it can say that that's never gonna happen. So you can watch that, right? Over the top violence. I'll tell you one thing that pissed me off. There was a lot of movies, I want to say about 10 years ago, where everybody was blowing up the White House. I was like, what the fuck is up with these people? But that's a grand and super thing. That's, knock on wood, never going to happen by aliens, right? Who knows? ISIS wants to get up in here and do it. You know, maybe we need that. Maybe we need someone to blow up a giant building so we can absolutely fucking. But then again, they did blow up 2 giant buildings, didn't they? And what happened? People use it as an opportunity to make money, get rich, tell you to hate these people, invade the wrong country. Nobody ever pays a price for their incompetence here because they're all rich scions of bullshit people that they put in power in political offices. So, yeah, I mean, you or I will fucking face punishment, but they won't. And that's what's ruining America. That really is. You do business with China, but we're at this Cold War kind of feeling with China. Then why did you make them rich? Explain it to the American people at a tribunal before we confiscate everything you have and throw you in a pit. And by a pit, I mean a jail cell with no windows and no doors, but you can sit there for 24 hours a day. You know, it's just really outrageous. And we have to do something about our criminal justice system too. It's just broken, but the jails are broken too. It's still it's not, can't even say the vestiges of racism. It's still just openly and blatantly racist with a better PR team to address it. So yeah. Get me started this early in the morning. All right, so 7 a.m. is guitar practice, people, right? And, you know, some light politicals in the morning, but guitar practice. Let's get to that. Also, the 7 p.m. show has been moved by management to 4 in the afternoon because we get more done at 4, I think. Yeah, and yesterday's 4 went to 9. They normally won't go till 9. We want our our millions of fans to know that we moved the time. So I think after yesterday's 4 o'clock show and after today's 4 o'clock show, which probably will go to about 7, it won't go to 9. Maybe it'll go to 8. It won't go to 9. It might go to 9. No, we want to keep. I was thinking about this after I got off yesterday. We want to keep these. I got to do some of these again. We want to keep these to a respectable 3 hours, 4 hours kind of mark. We don't want to do 5 and 6 and 7 hours unless we're doing it for a reason, right? Charity stream. That'd be great if I could get a charity stream. I don't know how to do that, but raising money for charity would be awesome to do on a website, on a webcast. But stuff like that. So we're gonna try and keep it to a respectable like amount of time for your streaming time, right? And I think that will be about 2 hours to 3.5 hours. That 90-minute sway should be about it. And again, we can always end it early, but we're just saying when we go long, we're gonna go long with a view to end it at a reasonable hour. Because yesterday we did 5 hours. Yesterday morning, I want to say we did. It was a holiday, right? I want to. We can easily look this up right now. I'm not going to. But I want to say we did 2.5 hours yesterday morning, and then like 5 hours last night. And mind you, it wasn't all guitar because your hand would fall straight off. We did what we just did right here, right? We talked a little about politics, my opinion on it. We played a little. We totally, I don't want to say owned it because music has a way of sticking its finger in your eye, but we really made absolute staggering progress on the major pentatonic scale, even though I don't know what the minor pentatonic scale is. I think we may, if we get this down, we might investigate that next week. I don't know if I should be learning them both at the same time or not, but I will tell you a new thing. My fingertips have I'll begin to lose feeling. I guess that's the thing. I didn't take that into account. I need finger feeling for art, but I'll trade finger feeling for art. So I'm trading painting stuff, I guess, which I don't really do a lot of, for some acumen on the guitar with this feeling. So yeah, right. It's a difference of going from running. No, that wouldn't be right. I don't know what the difference would be. Ooh. What is this? When timer ends. I don't even know why that popped up. I wonder if it just pops up randomly. All right. Ice water, hot coffee, ice water, hot coffee. Mental case. I drink a ton of water. That's a good thing. I'm gonna fill this up with more ice and more water. In my old days, wild young man days, mild young man days, I used to drink so much coffee. Easily 3 of these to begin with. 3 of these giant ass mugs. Which I don't even know how much it holds. 50 mugs, 56, 70, 76. All right. This doesn't even tell me how many ounces this has. But I've raised it up. Oh, sweet coffee gods. So yeah, but I think this holds maybe 2 cups, maybe a cup and a half. I'm not sure. Balling ass mug though. Am I gonna have to go blow my honker? Come on, man. Seriously? Well, this happens every day. It's a stream. I guess I'm gonna be known for wandering in and out of the. So yeah, I sort of want to do that, but I don't want to do that right now. It's not as dire as it seems. So I think I have it straight. Dire straight. All right, we're gonna run through. Are we even gonna do? See, I'm telling you, man. I'm telling you, I feel it like right here, like right up against like the base, not even in the middle, but like right up against the base of my middle finger, like up the finger, like almost if the finger was a fret, like approaching the knuckle, it's like right here, whatever that tendon is. Up there goes the ear. It's draining. Okay. I gotta tell you, a million years ago, I had a car accident and I hit my head. Maybe that's why I'm weird. My friend told me you were always odd. Now you're weird. It's like, thank you. But the ear draining thing, I have a giant eye watering issue. I'm always sort of trying to kick loose some stuff in my left ear. So I always think it's a drainage problem, which then clogs up the rest of my face. On top of natural, like, nose stuff happening. Cha 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 cha. I hope everyone is having a good morning. That's on the, all right, see, this is the right one. Whenever I hear this, I'm a string below. Whenever I hear that, I'm not on the fret. All right, we're gonna start the morning like that. Maybe I should have some more coffee. All right, so let's do let's do this thing after more coffee. But we're gonna do this thing 7 a.m. It's not good. It's not good. It's not good. It's just bad. It's just bad. It's not good. It's bad. It is absolutely not good. So therefore, it is likely bad. Let's put this here too. I sort of want the coffee closer. The closer coffee. The society does not make sense to me anymore. So I am on a journeyman's trail to be a musician. You will hear me say some stuff about politics on this show, but it's about music. You will, if you want my political opinion, I'm keeping those short, 13 minutes. There will be one of those dropped today, likely on my YouTube channel, not so much on my Twitch channel. Or so I drop it here on Haps and YouTube. I keep this to guitar. I put this and that on YouTube, and I will keep cooking streams to YouTube only, and I will keep 13 minutes to YouTube, and I will keep gaming to Twitch and YouTube, because Haps gaming configuration is just, no disrespect, but it's butt. It doesn't. You can't keep dropping, like going from 1080 to like 148 for like 3 minutes and then going back to 1080. You can't do that. And I'm not a tech guy, and I know you can't do that. So nuts to you. Not buying your spaceship is rickety. I really do believe all this shit is very spaceship related, right? This is taking me into the realm of music. Am I putting it? Yeah, we put this down so you can see the guitar. Exactly. But now the nut is in the way. As well as all the, I'm going to have to go drain my schnoz. Woo. All right. That's what you need. You need to get some clearance. You need a little, and then patooey. Then you need the blow after that, and then you're good to sing your classical music. As I'm looking, as I'm investigating all this music stuff, man. I mean, person, man. I'm a little too laid back with my language. I call people man and homie. I mean, I don't know who's watching. For all I know, you are my homie. I hope. But you're not a man, or you might be a man, or you might be a man transitioning, or you might be a woman transitioning. You know, it could be anything. As long as you're a musician, I'm good with you. I don't really care about your politics, because this is music, and you shouldn't really care about my politics, because this is music. But I will utter some political shit here that you may or may not agree with. I hope you have a show where you can go on and go, that guy said this, and let me tell you my take on it. That would be the best way to deal with it, versus losing your absolute mind because you don't know me personally. You know what I'm saying? About something that some random stranger out here in the intranet verse said. But sometimes you'll see somebody say something out here in the intranet verse, and you feel a tight kinship with them. That's good too. But you know, deal with that healthy, like you deal with don't lose your mind over somebody you don't know. Also don't fall in love with somebody you don't know, essentially. Yeah. So in that way, you won't be a stalker on one end of the spectrum, or obsessed hater on the other end of the spectrum. Um, and you'll use the energy in a positive way. So if you really really like me, you can go pick up that guitar and sort of do your own artistic endeavor, whatever. I support that. I think the society is making us all crazy. The less crazy people in it, the better. And I think that can be done through discipline. And I'm doing it through guitar and light talk to you about politics or whatever. And maybe your discipline is cooking and light talk, or. But I think people are just not talking about the right shit. It's always goofy nonsense, and then they wonder why the bottom fell out. Well, the bottom fell out because you were talking about fucking twerking and Cardi B, and you weren't fucking talking about uh, these remittances after they're going to throw all these people out of these rentals, right? And there's going to be a ton of them. That means nobody has jobs. People are going to the people aren't just going to sit on the street and be happy to starve, right? People who would never have been criminals are going to start robbing people. And then the government's going to stand up and go, we're a law and order nation, and we don't take, and then they'll make all about the crime, but not about how they pushed all these people who would have maybe, there's going to be a lot of people who should have went to college who didn't, right? You're going to drop down a level. So if you should have went to college, you didn't, you may get a bus driver job. If you were going to get a bus driver job because you didn't want to go to college, you wanted to paint and like take a city gig, you won't get that job. Maybe you'll work in like with all those benefits. Maybe you'll work in like somebody's local restaurant or something, right? With and then you'll have what is a social like net, which is like some health care. You'll have unemployment, right? And then those people who should have got those jobs will be kicked down to like unemployment, or and that only stays so long. People are being the way the people in charge look after us, the citizenry, is a hot shit show of a joke. It really is. It's infuriating if you follow politics, and you follow politics linearly, right? Not just who's here now and who was there 10 years ago when I last checked in. I've been following politics, honestly, since the Carter-Reagan debate. When was that? I mentioned this like a week ago. And I didn't know what was going on, but I got a sense that one of them was better than the other. And I've been following politics ever since. Carter-Reagan debate. Happy anniversary, President Carter and First Lady Rosalind Carter. 75 years. Come on. That is balling ass awesome. Carter debate, Reagan. 19, what's that night? That couldn't have been 1980. Was it 1980? That's not right. So who was I looking at? Might have been Ford. Because, yeah, I think it was Ford. So when was that? I guess that would be 4 years earlier. Ford. So 1977, 76. Yeah, it was. So how old was I then in 76? A chime went off. And, how old was I in 70? Chingity. Yeah. It was crazy because I sort of remember it because we also had like a national birthday, like too, and I thought that was like, oh, national birthdays, and I was like I tell you, I was taught you should have 13 founders like that you like, and I told you all about how I remember my first Pledge of Allegiance. I told you all about that story, which is one of my still goofy, heartwarming stories, right? So I think it printed on me well as a citizen. That giant ass flag, right? Half of my clothes have flags on them, and I'm really invested in the right thing, right? So I have this patriotic streak with this social justice, civil rights streak in me from my childhood, and I want that flag to do right by the people on the bottom before I want that flag to do right by billionaires. So that's why I'm losing my mind. I think people just want that flag to go to war. You see all these war people running around with it. People think that flag means racism. First of all, those people are fucking idiots. Absolute idiots. And they can corrupt anything. So when I see fucking racists and Proud Boys and all these other fuck sticks with this flag. I roll my eyes at it, right? What does the flag mean? It can't mean anything. Can't mean whoever grabs it. Does it? You know what I'm saying? It has to mean something. What does it mean to be an American? Anything goes. It can't mean that. It has to mean something, right? You can't have this kind of treatment of American women in the workplace. You can't have this kind of treatment of American blacks in the society. You can't have this treatment of American billionaires not doing shit, but like running up, money streams and weird riggings to bribe politicians. You can't have it and call yourself a nation, and your nation won't be around very much longer. And let me say, oh boy, we are going off. Let me say, the idea that all these Taliban people are just taking up all this armament left by the American military means some generals should absolutely be fucking fired. Those things are going to come back to haunt innocent people. How do you just leave it there? Do you not know what you took there? They have trucks and gear. You left them more shit than you ever gave any black person in this country. How much is that shit worth? Complete and utter incompetence. If you're a general and you did it, you should be a fucking, not even a colonel. You should be like a major. You should be walking around here as a fucking second lieutenant. It really is ridiculous of what you expect. You just talk and you expect people to buy it. Like if I was the president and you saw something goofy happen on TV, let's say, what's goofy? I don't even know what to say. But I came out and I told you, we blame the bears in the California forest for smoking. That's why the forest fires are there. They just tell you anything. You go, oh, well, damn, bears are smoking. God, I knew the fucking bears are smoking, right? You got oil running down your street like we had a few years ago down a neighborhood street. They'll come out and tell you some nonsense and everybody just buys it. There's no real vetting of anybody who works in government. They're all friends of somebody. There's no real honesty in journalism. It's all propaganda. So you can get to the bigger chair. You'll say what your boss wants. And your boss is sort of telling you exactly what these politicals who want to be there. One of the worst governors in the country is DeSantis in Florida. Just the freaking worst. And the sad thing here is, I say that if you don't follow politics, I just lose my picture. Here we go. If you just follow politics, if you don't follow politics, you don't know why he's the worst. But if you do follow politics, you can argue with me about, no, he's not, right? But some people are just instantly reflective of defending whatever they've been told, and they have no real, what's the word I'm looking for? No real, first of all, you have stake in it, but you have no real knowledge of what's going on and who did what and why they did it and who may have told them to do it. All these things, I said before, America, we're not Europe. We're a whole bunch of different people. We need to have a philosophy to bind us together. If the philosophy in the whole fucking country is kill the blacks, then fuck the country. I'm gonna plant the biggest fucking bombs I can. You're not gonna murder me and my kids and my nieces and nephews off. Is that the policy? Then that's not the policy. Then fix the cop situation. It's the policy let anybody from, like, the Russians are moving here. So does nobody know what a fifth columnist is? Is the policy take anybody and everybody from anywhere? Because that's not a good policy. How do you make sure this place is here in 50 years? And I don't think it's going to be. I think the arrogant smugness of these people have tried to make this place, I used to say Europe, but more importantly, I think they're trying to make it Britain. I think they have this fixation with British shit and British things, and they're trying to make this like this tiered system of the super rich and the political elite, and then below them, the celebrity class and singers who they hang out and party with and endorse them for elections. And then below them, union people and workers who tell you to go vote for somebody. And then below them, cops and the military and the muscle, right? And then below them, the industrial like workers who are above. And then below them, the civil servants. And then below them, you. What do you do for us? Nothing? Fuck you. You're what did they call them a few years back? You're a taker, right? Just give you, they'll just label you something. In the 60s, everybody who was against the Vietnam War was labeled a socialist. Don't know whether you were not know nothing, but an uneducated person in the ghetto who didn't want to go there, or an upscale super rich person who didn't want to go there, right? Son of a super rich person who didn't want to go there. And you weren't going, by the way. But some of them were fair-minded. Not everybody's dirty and evil, right? Some were fair-minded. They were like, oh, this is wrong. I don't want to go. Yep. well, okay, you're a rich socialist and he's a poor socialist, and everybody's a socialist. And the only people who know what's right is us 70-year-olds in fucking Congress. 70-year-olds then, 70-year-olds now. Better fucking watch it. There's a lot of young people, they want to be there for 40 years. Get them out of there. I think you put such a hole in the American boat that is slowly sinking. And people are standing on the bow like this as the water rises up like a cartoon, and they'll just be their hat floating on the waves. I think we're what's the military term of pilots? We're a dead stick, right? We're slowly gliding into the trees unless somebody fucking does something. And it can't only be about money and you fucking taking money from anybody who will give it to you. The Clintons took money from foreign governments, for God's sake, to run for president here. How does not someone really needs to look into this whole apparatus, because it's slowly, I used to tell people all the time, America has the same flag and the same borders, but it's not the same country. So what happens is, it looks like if this was America, people slowly did this with it, right? Slowly did that. So you're somehow out of phase of whatever the hell was going on, right? And you're not facing whatever your true north was. You're slowly curved, and I think you turned the ship so slowly over the last 50 years with this bullshit, 75 years with race shit, but taking money from China and all this since the 80s, right? And you slowly turned the wheel that way. And people eventually was like, they didn't notice it when it was a degree or 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 right off the path. But now people are like, we are a full 30 degrees off where we should be. Who is driving this fucking spaceship, starship, airplane, boat, whoever's doing the coordinating? Where are they? And now you go up to wherever they are, the cabin room, the pilots, or there's an armed guard there telling you you're a socialist or a hooligan, and you're being taken somewhere where none of the papers, none of the sacred documents of the place, say that you are. I mean, we're not Europe, but they use those documents to beat you over the head when they want to. How the Constitution says in the Constitution, but you change a lot of stuff that was in the Constitution for your own benefit, right? You're not supposed to stay there forever, right? So I don't know. It's bitter and it's sweet and it's not enough milk. Usually there's too much milk. So yeah, get ready to have babies so they can fight the next war if you want to save the place. Giving deals to your friends out of the Treasury. Everyone needs to be asked questions, and who's sitting in Congress right now. All right, what we are going to do is get up for politics and my morning coffee rant, and we are going to hop into, it's 1:45. We're going to hop into the pentatonic. All of them. We're going to run them all down. And I was about to say, and we're going to run them all back up. But we know how that went yesterday, don't we? So what we're going to do, hold it first. Let's go over what we were learning yesterday. That is the cutest little baby squirrel. Oh, he's going to get eaten by a hawk. He's all alone. He's looking like he's waiting for somebody. But normally you don't see them. He's obviously all alone. Okay, that's enough of the nature part of this program. He's really tiny, man. Like squirrels are like this big. That squirrel is like this big. And he's weird. He ran down the path, ran to a base of a tree, looked around for a bit. Now he's running back the way he came. Hesitantly stopping every few hops, almost like a rabbit. I don't know what he's looking for. I think he's looking for his family. That's not good. That means he's running for something unless he gets his shit together. So let's go with what we were talking about yesterday. Yesterday was supposed to be position 1 and 2. Today is supposed to be position 2 and 3. New tongue and new teeth. So I'm trying to get them to work together. Tuesday, 2 and 3, right? Wednesday, 3 and 4. Thursday, 4 and 5. And Friday, 5 and 1. Yesterday, we did 1 and 2 for an hour. Then we got a little kind of tired and needed a change up. We were mentally sort of I don't want to say burnt out. We just took a small break. Then we went to 3 just to give that a shot. We thought we had 3 fairly decently done, right? Oh, good Lord. I really have to work on my picking. We're like, oh, wow, we sort of got that. That's pretty good. And then we looked at 4, and we were like, 4 looks super easy. And then we just did 4. I keep slipping off the freaking string. Right? So that's right. So we're like, oh, wow. Well, we had a kink. Actually, we had a kink in 3 that we worked out. I didn't even do the kink. So that's positive, right? The problem that we had in number 4, we don't have anymore. Even as, because like I said, we did 1 and 2, then we did that for a while, and we're like, all right, let's take a break. And then we did, excuse me, which position is this on? Thank you, I'm sorry. So we did, and this was a kink. So the kink was here. This, oh, hold on, stop it. This, oh, that was a kink. I could not figure out what was going on there for this weird little bit. And then we worked that out for like 15 minutes. Remember that? We were like, oh, I got it. And then we were like, oh, we might as well do the, right? I'm sloppy. Remember, sloppy. We're accepting sloppy while we put all this stuff in our heads. We want to know what everything is, and then we're going to work on how our precision. Well, actually, that's not true. We're always working on our precision and our dexterity, but we're not stopping that from having us. Otherwise, we would have been on 1 for like 3 weeks, and we're not doing that. So we're absorbing all the information. Now we know it, right? So we know this. We know this. Well, we may not know it forever. We may have to do it a couple more times to really, really ingrain it. But then, right, I knew the last position. I've always known that one, but I would plan it up here. Right? So I was like, oh, okay. So, and we knew this coming in. We knew the last one. And we were going to do, like I said, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, 2 days. And Friday, we were going to come back to 1. And we were like, oh, we're knowing in a week. Yesterday, we blazed through this thing. It was really good, right? And our only issue was the return up from the high notes to the deeper notes on the thing. So in reverse, not 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 reverse, but the reverse, how do you even phrase that? The reverse, it comes down right from the deep string to the high string, and then from the high string up, and then up the fret, high string up, high string up, high string up, high string up, high string up to the top position. So we went, we know where I don't want to say we know them. But we're familiar with them. We're really familiar with them in a day, right? And it wasn't the 4 hours we did yesterday. We did this for like an hour and a half, and we got super familiar with it in that hour and a half. And we weren't familiar with it enough to do it in reverse. I should show you guys what I'm talking about. I should really set up. I need a table. I have a table in the kitchen that I have my sauces and spices on. I may have to move. So I think I'm going to bring that in here later today. Stick it where that is. Move that somewhere closer, maybe at the end of this table. But we do have it here. Let's unplug this and show you the screensaver of what we're talking about. So this is what we're talking about. We're going to run through it with you, right? So first position, second position, third position, fourth position, fifth position. So we're going to give you a slight recap of what I just said. So we wanted to do Monday, Tuesday, and then Tuesday, Wednesday, and then Wednesday, Thursday, and then Thursday, Friday, and then Friday. What is that? Yeah, okay. Friday, we're going to do 5 and then back to 1 to do it. And we were intending on doing like an hour on these 2, then maybe an hour and a day. Not an hour, like 2 hours or whatever, minimum as we talk and chat to do these. We ended up like doing these for like an hour, getting familiar with them, doing this because we needed a break, and then we realized that, oh wow, we got this, and we sort of know these. We might be able to get all three of these because this looks super easy, and it was super easy, and we already knew this one. So I think we got the penta, the major. Where's the? There it is. The major. Yeah. Sorry. So come on, look. This is not a fly by the seat of your pants organ. Like, we are flying, but it's not fly by the seat of your pants kind of learning. It's more low budget learning, really. It just means we don't have a budget. Doesn't mean we're incompetent. It just means we don't have a budget. So low budget is what this is. It's not nonsensical incompetentiary. Yes, you can write that down. That's the word of the day. Nonsensical incompetentiary. Ooh, 5 to 8. All right, it is a work day, so let's do this up before we have to shut this down and people have to get off to work. Put the babies on school buses. Hema the men's and women's in your life. God bless them if you have that. All that shit is life maintenance, baby. It makes you happy, and this will make you happy too. So let's run through all of them. It's cool. And I was running through difficulties with the transitions to each one, so this is it, right? This is middle finger. Hold on. Right? This is middle finger. Then it's first finger. I sort of lose where. All right. The first one starts at the first finger, second fret, right? But the first note is the second finger, third fret. So at the end of, we end up on, I'm about to say A. I'm looking at the A at the top. So we end up on the fifth fret with our pinky, and we come first fret to that top fret, which is the A, and we're back to 4. And then the next one, when we come down, it's our second finger? Or is it our third? Is it our first finger? No. I think it is our second finger. And then we come down again. Nah, I don't know how I pick up like this. And then I want to say it's this third finger, but that's not right. That is not right. And this would be this. No, right? That is not right, because this somewhere in transition number 3, either from 2 to 3 or from 3 to 4, I mangle it. I miss, and I was doing this yesterday. So that's another hiccup I have to get over. And we did them all so that, like, first position, second position, we did them all as if they were one position. We learned them fairly good, but we have to remember to break them into their proper position. And we also played them all in the same position, which you can do. This is why we're not running through. And we even tried to muck around with some chords. Remember, that was kind of fun. We were like, oh, single note chords and some of the, and that's the thing. Like, all these things. Like, oh, I kind of get it. You can Lego block them together, right? Yeah, that was my eureka moment yesterday. And even though I don't have the skills or know how to do it, I saw it. Like you see a roadmap. You may not know how to drive, but you can, like, you know what a roadmap is and how it works. So we haven't played a lot of anything. So let's try running through this. Ugh. Right, second. Come on, second. Back of the fret. So that's a good transition. Slide up. Oops. All right. And also, because this transition can be done one of two ways, I think is why I think I'm messing up. I think it should be done this way. Yeah. right? Slide down, and then step down, which will end me here. And then I will have to come up, right? Like this. But the other way is right? Hold on, I just fucked that up somehow. Yeah, that's right. Sorry, wrong. Right, so, but then I get down here, slide back like we did, but then I could slide back to its original position. Instead of using 1-3, I could use 2-4. And if I used a 4 instead of the 1-3 like I was doing, because it's simpler to get here, that's where I lose myself. I'm 2-4. Then I can swing back here, right? I end here. Let's tuck these two fingers away. And I end back here. And this is where I want to be. What I was doing was the 2-4 ending one right here, and then having to, I mean, it's not really, but that whole thing of, oh, which finger, where am I exactly? Because sometimes I end up doing that and it's supposed to be this, and then I swing over to the 4th fret and I'm off by a fret. So I know what goofiness is going on in my head and how I'm miswiring like the fingering. So I know what I'm doing wrong. And every now and then it just takes a moment to go, wait, where did I go wrong? So I know that there's a hiccup that I need to fix, and I know what it is. I may have to shut these windows. There's a lot going on outside my windows. Like it's a freaking Brooklyn street. Come on, Virginia. All right, so let's try all that again. First position, second position. Ugh. Slide up. Come on. Down, right? But if I do that, I have to here and not, yeah, all right. And then I come here. No, there's another hiccup. All right, so then I come, right? Where am I ending this? Ha! I've got a couple of hiccups here that I need to work out. It's a weird brain, and the first starts where the last ends. That's why it's easy to just swap your finger out, right? But I have a finger hiccup issue going on here. Let's try this again. This is the second position. Oh. Is this the second position? Yeah, this is the second position. Right? Slide back. And I'm ending on my pinky as I go into the third, right? So I come up here with my first finger, which is right. So where am I messing up? Ugh. Stop doing that. Right? 2, 3, 1. 2, 4, 1, 4. Right. Okay. What am I doing now? This is where the hiccup comes in. I'm swinging this over with not my first hand, my second finger. Is that the hiccup? Which puts me back in line if I swing it over. So what is... What did I just do? Because that was absolutely the correct thing to do. Because then this puts me back even. All right, hold on. Wait, hold on. I think I have 2 hiccups and I solved one, but I don't know which one I solved. What did I just do? Hold on, wait a minute. Okay, super slow. Ugh. Back of the fret. not you. All right. Middle finger or first finger? This is second finger, right? Second finger. Second finger, right, because this is right. Then we slide up, hit this, but then we can we can ignore that, and I'm on the right fret. All right, this is right. This was the hiccup we used to have that we fixed. Okay. All right. That's right. Where are we going from here? We're going to the second finger, I want to say, because that leads us into right. And then it comes back to the first finger, which lays us on all right. That's the whole thing. Where's our hiccup? Our hiccup is there's a finger shifting, right? So it's I don't even know how to explain it. I don't know how to explain it. All right, but there's a hiccup there that we need to probably drill down off of 15 minutes, which we don't have. I think we have another 10 before everybody has to get up and go to work. Everybody, we have to go to our separate minds and dig for the precious jewels for our bossmen or quarry leaders or whatever. But in this fairy tale, every night you come home, you play guitar, and the fairy of music will come and, you know, I don't know, finish that story however you need to finish it. Give you a musical instrument, give you a opportunity, give you talent, give you discipline, you know. But however it plays out, you're the hero of this tale, right? You are the hero of this tale, and you will play some grand cosmic song. All right. Normally, excuse me. Normally, when we do this, we take about a 2-3 minute, 5 minutes, sometime minute break. We walk around, just kind of go sort of to get it out of our heads for a second, not so much on them, and then we go back to it and we find out that we're better. But we don't have that much time, so let's try it again. All right, let's try back. Do we want to try backwards? Let's just try position number 3 one more time. See, I did it wrong already. Position 3 is fourth. Is the 1 on the G string. 1 on the A fret. Lord, top string A fret. All right, so let's try it. Back of the fret. Where is that finger reaching? Why is that second finger reaching there? It should be here, not here. It should be here, which swings me into here, which puts my first finger on a, what do we call these? Dimpled frets, just so you'll know, right? A marker. I don't even know what those dimples are called. So that will put me here. 1 finger per fret slides me back 4 spaces. And then the first, that's actually right. The first is between. Hit the back of the fret. And I'm not, good Lord, I really have to work on my, stop it. That buzzing makes me really just want to, and then from here, wait, is that right? That's right. So from here, that's not right. Oh my God, that was not right. What did I could have sworn, what did I miss? What am I missing? I've got, like I said before, it's like the yips when you golf for you're a pitcher and you can't seem to throw the home plate, so you throw either the first or the third, right? You can't find the plate. I cannot find the hiccup here. But that's all right. We had a hiccup yesterday and we knocked it out. And if we don't get it this session, we will be back at 4 p.m. to do due discipline, due diligence to the guitar. Did I even check and see if this thing was tuned today? I'm going to try this one more time. We haven't even tried going backwards yet. Why are you even there? That is not, get out of there. Let's try this again. I may have need a little more time. Would you want to try a different? Let's come here. Ugh. Okay, so this would be here. This would be the first. Is that right? Off by 1. Are you serious? Oh, we don't even have to go down. I mean, now that we're here, we can just slide over to where this would be, which would be, I want to say, here? Is that right? Is that right? All right, so we pick this up, and that is right. So, okay, so we could, if we knew what we were doing, we could play the top 2 strings. Let's see if we can do that just for fun. Ugh. And then slide it. And then slide it again. And then slide it one more time. Ooh. And then slide it to the last position. Ugh. Yeah. I'm missing the notes because I think my fingers are tied, so I could pick up the electric. But yeah, once we get them, we can do the top, play melodies with the top 2, or maybe the top 2 here, then the mids here, or maybe, it's all the melodies. And once we get that 1-3-5 blues thing, we can drop some of these out, and it becomes more melodic. But none of these are sour notes. Ah. Sometimes the fingers just don't want to cooperate. But I'm sure all the guitarists in place know this. But we new people are super shocked and surprised by this. None of these are sour notes to each other. This is your fault. This is your fault. And we can play all of those in the same place like we did yesterday. Let's put it somewhere where our fingers don't have to stretch so much. First position on the 3rd position. Second position on the 3rd position. Ugh. Ah. Fourth position on the 4th position. Fifth position on the 4th position. And 5th position on the 4th position. What are you doing here? Let's So yeah, so we know it. We're getting more and more familiar with it every day, especially since we're doing these fun ass streams. I really still have to set this up. We are going to get you off to a good start. We had a good start. We're going to call that it. We're going to sip our cold coffee. We're going to once more. We're going to once more remind you. This is also how to speak a podcast, because apparently I don't do that well. We're also going to do once more. We're going to remind you that the 7 o'clock show is, let's just say, suspended and has been moved to the 4 p.m. show, which will likely go to at least 7. And if it doesn't, maybe I'll pop in at 7 to say hey, just to get everybody sort of on track. But we're here every morning with coffee, talking a little guitar, keeping music in your heart and your soul, man. You know, and maybe you'll pick it up tonight or tomorrow morning, however the case may be. I want to. Wow, it's been an hour. This might be the shortest pod we've had. An hour and like 5 minutes. That's really, really short for us. But come on, the pentatonic major, man. We're coming in on it. And then after this, if we knock this out, maybe next week we'll do the pentatonic minor, because I've been reading about that, and I'm like, why is it? What is it? And it's essentially the same note, so we just have to figure out why. Just like what we read yesterday, that I was like, huh? That I may have to read again today off stream. Call somebody to help me out with it. The triads, the third and the perfect fifth, right? What is the middle third and the perfect fifth? We got to figure that out. We got to figure out some of what these Roman numerals mean. So, I mean, we've got work to do, and we're making nice small gains, and we're thankful for all the people who come through the chat and help us out when they come through the chat and help us out. And we're thankful for you. So I guess that is gonna do it for us. An hour and 7 minutes is what we got today, and I think that was good. So let's tip this up. I'm gonna thank all of you for coming through. And I want to wish you well, as long as you wish others well. If you out here wishing no one well, I don't wish you well at all. I wish you bad things that you want to happen to other people happen to you. That's what I wish. Now I'm leaning down. All right. So remember, we got a box of mistakes. Every day we use some. The box is going to be empty. Right? It really is. It's gonna be empty. Oh, maybe we do it this way. There you go. And it looks like we're emptying the box of mistakes, and eventually the box will have no mistakes in it, and we can repurpose the box for music, right? Whatever that mistake box is, it's dwindling fast, and every time we get a win like this, more chips are taken out. So we're doing pretty good. It's 8:15. That is it for us. Have a good day. I'll see you tonight at 4. Peace. Peace. Come on, man. Peace.